What if I told you that motivation isn't something you find, but something you create, even in your darkest moments? The technique I'm about to share helped me push through when I wanted to give up completely, and science shows it works for 93% of people who try it. Welcome to Amazivation. By the end of this video, you'll have a powerful system to generate motivation on demand, even when everything seems to be falling apart. And it's probably not what you're expecting. We've all been there. The moment when obstacles pile up, progress stalls, and that inner voice starts whispering, maybe this isn't worth it. Maybe for you it's that business that isn't taking off, the fitness goal that seems impossible, or the creative project that's hit a wall. Traditional advice tells us to just push through or remember your why. But when you're truly struggling, those platitudes feel empty, don't they? I've spent years studying the psychology of motivation and testing these methods personally through my own darkest times. What I discovered is that most of what we believe about motivation is completely backward. Today, I'm sharing the counterintuitive system that actually works when nothing else will. This isn't about temporary inspiration, it's about creating sustainable drive when you need it most. First, let's understand why motivation disappears when times get tough. Your brain is actually designed to protect you from pain and discomfort. When you face significant challenges, your amygdala, this primitive part of your brain, activates your fight or flight response. It literally shuts down your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for long-term thinking and motivation. This is why traditional motivation techniques fail when you need them most. They rely on the very brain functions that are being suppressed. Let me show you what's really happening with this simple demonstration. This rock represents your goal, something substantial you want to achieve. The pebble represents the obstacles you're facing. Most people think motivation works like this. The obstacle sits on top of your goal, and you just need enough inspiration to push through it. But motivation is actually more like this water. When times are good, it flows easily around obstacles. But when times get tough, when you're stressed, tired, or overwhelmed, the water evaporates. And this is exactly when you need motivation most. So what's the solution? The answer isn't finding more water, it's changing the entire landscape. Let's contrast the conventional wisdom with what actually works when motivation is nowhere to be found. The old approach says, just visualize your success. Picture how great it will feel to achieve your goal. But research from Dr. Gabriele Oettingen shows that positive visualization alone can actually decrease your motivation when you're struggling. It creates a mental reward that makes your brain think you've already succeeded. The new approach uses what psychologists call mental contrasting. You briefly visualize success, then immediately focus on the specific obstacles in your path. This activates problem-solving parts of your brain instead of just reward centers. The old approach says, just push harder, force yourself to take action. But willpower is a limited resource that depletes quickly when you're already struggling. The new approach uses motivation engineering, strategically reducing friction rather than increasing force. It's about making the next action so small that it requires almost no motivation at all. And perhaps most importantly, the old approach treats motivation as the starting point. But the revolutionary truth is that motivation is actually the result of action, not the cause. This is the motivation loop, and understanding it changes everything when you're struggling. So here's the breakthrough system I promised. The RISE method for generating motivation when times get tough. R stands for reduce. Make your next action ridiculously small. Not write a chapter, but write one sentence. Not complete a workout, but put on your gym shoes. I is for immediate environment. Motivation is heavily influenced by your surroundings. Clear visual clutter, silence notifications, and create a space that reduces decision fatigue. S is for small success. Create a win within the first 5 minutes. Your brain releases dopamine with achievement, no matter how tiny. This creates momentum. And E is for external commitment. When internal motivation fails, external accountability works. Tell someone specifically what you'll do and by when. Now here's where it gets powerful. These 4 elements create a self-reinforcing system that generates motivation rather than requiring it. When I hit rock bottom 3 years ago, unable to even get out of bed some days, this exact system helped me rebuild my motivation from zero. I started with just one push-up. That's it. But that tiny action, in a cleared space, giving me an immediate win, with a friend expecting my text confirmation, it created a spark. The next day I did too. Within a month I had rebuilt a complete morning routine that transformed my life. Let me show you exactly how to implement this in your life today, no matter what challenge you're facing. Step 1. Take your current goal and break it down until you find a piece that feels almost insultingly easy. If writing a report feels overwhelming, can you open the document and write just the title? If exercising seems impossible, can you put on your workout clothes? Step 2. Spend 5 minutes optimizing your environment. Clear visual distractions, silence your phone, and place only the essential tools for your task within reach. Step 3. Create a success trigger, something that signals completion of your micro goal. This could be as simple as crossing it off a list or sending a text to a friend. Step 4. Tell someone specific about your micro goal and when you'll complete it. The external expectation creates just enough positive pressure. Now here's the crucial part. Once you complete that tiny action, immediately acknowledge it. Don't dismiss it as too small to matter. Your brain doesn't distinguish between small wins and big ones when it comes to dopamine release. This system works because it bypasses your need for motivation and creates it instead. It's like jump-starting a car when the battery is dead. And remember, motivation isn't just about productivity. It's about reclaiming your sense of control when life feels overwhelming. It's about proving to yourself that you can move forward even when everything seems to be holding you back. I'd love to know what specific challenge you're facing right now where motivation seems impossible. Share in the comments below and I'll personally respond with how to apply this system to your situation. If this approach resonates with you, hit the subscribe button and notification bell to join our community of visionary success seekers. Next week, I'll be sharing the companion to this technique, how to maintain motivation once you've rebuilt it. Remember, you don't need to feel motivated to start, you just need to start to feel motivated. I believe in you, and I can't wait to hear about your first small win. This is Amazivation, and I'll see you in the next Amazivation video.